A research document can contain more than the words and figures visible on the page. It may also carry metadata, hidden attachments, scripts, comments, or editing information that should not travel with the copy you share. Here's how I clean and protect a PDF using CitedEvidence. I open Google and search for CitedEvidence. I sign into the official website and select Research PDF Tools from the dashboard. For this example, I am preparing an unpublished thesis draft before sending it to an external reviewer. I click Upload and select the PDF from my computer. If it is already stored in CitedEvidence, I can select it through Library. Before adding a password, I want to clean the file. From the left panel, I open the Security section and select Sanitize PDF. Sanitizing is different from redaction. Redaction removes visible information such as names, email addresses, patient IDs, or confidential sentences. Sanitizing focuses on hidden or active elements inside the PDF. Depending on the file, these may include metadata, JavaScript, embedded attachments, annotations, form data, comments, or other unnecessary content. The sanitization controls appear on the right. I review the options shown and choose the elements I want CitedEvidence to remove. For an external review copy, I want to remove unnecessary metadata and hidden attachments while keeping the visible thesis content unchanged. I start the sanitization process. For a longer file, I can keep Email Me when done enabled. I can also select Save Result to Library so the cleaned version remains available inside my account. Once the process finishes, I download the sanitized PDF. I use this cleaned version for the next step rather than returning to the original file. I upload the sanitized copy back into Research PDF Tools. From the Security section, I now select Add Password. The password controls appear on the right. The first field is the user password. This is the password the recipient must enter to open the PDF. I create a strong password using a combination of words, numbers, and symbols. I enter it again in the confirmation field. The next option is the owner password. This password controls permissions and administrative settings. It can be different from the user password. Using separate passwords can be helpful when I want the recipient to open the document but do not want them to change its restrictions. Under encryption, I select AES 256, which is marked as the recommended option. Next, I review the allowed actions. These controls decide what the recipient can do after opening the file. The available options may include printing the document, modifying or assembling pages, copying or extracting text and images, adding annotations or comments. For this example, the reviewer needs to read the proposal, print it, and add comments. I allow printing and annotations. However, I disable copying and major document modification because this is an unpublished draft. I review the settings carefully. If I disable annotations by mistake, the reviewer may be unable to add feedback. If I allow full modification, the recipient may be able to rearrange or change the pages. Once the password and permissions are ready, I click Encrypt and Download. CitedEvidence processes the document and creates a protected copy. I download the result and test it in a separate PDF reader. The file should request the user password before opening. After entering the password, I check whether the selected permissions work correctly. For example, I test whether I can add a comment and whether copying is restricted. I also keep the password separate from the document. If I email the PDF, I send the password through a different communication channel, such as a secure message. Sending the file and password together in the same email would make the protection far less useful. The order of the process matters. If the file contains visible confidential information, I redact that first. Then I sanitize the document. Finally, I add password protection and permissions. A password does not remove names or hidden content. It only controls access to the file. By the end of the workflow, I have created a clean and encrypted copy of the thesis. The external reviewer can open it with the password and use only the permissions I selected.